I just wanted to tell you what is interesting about this place, because it's far more interesting than most people think. What we're sort of taught is that they were simple hunter-gatherer tribes that spent most of their time trying to find food because that was their main objective and they didn't really have anything else going on. And then you get something like this that has withstood thousands of years and has so much crazy precision to it and a clear use of like geometry, mathematics, and also astronomy. So first of all, think that the henge around the outside, the ditch, was made some 5,000 years ago, dug some 5,000 years ago. And then around the inside, on the inside of that circular earthworks, they had the blue stones, which are the small stones that are in the middle of what we see now, but they were originally on the outside, going all the way around the earthworks. And then supposedly they added, about 500 years later or so, they added the massive sarsen, if I spelt it or say it right, sarsen stones, which are those big ones that we see, you know, those big, the lintel, the two uprights and the top. They added them and then moved the blue stones from out near the dirt in to the middle of them. And then you have the altar stone in the middle. This is the one that has the interesting new research. Now, some of these big suckers, some of these big ones, bro, the sarsens, they weigh up to 30 tons, cuz. 30 tons. And I've heard some of them go up to 50 to almost 60 tons. They are massive. That's, 30,000 kilograms if you don't know what tons is. But they're the closest stones that were brought. Every other stone is brought from well further away. So the blue stones, the ones that were originally on the outside, where the dirt was, and then brought into the middle, they're from around 250 kilometers away. They're from South Wales, I believe. Somewhere in Wales, I forget the actual position, but they weigh over like 2 tons anyway, just the small blue stones. It's very tricky because I can't show you guys a size comparison, I can't stand next to them. Now, the altar stone, this is where things get pretty wild here. Not only did they manage to move 30-ton stones from, 25, 30 kilometers away, the altar stone is from North Scotland, lad. North Scotland. All the way from Scotland. That's crazy. That's like 700 kilometers away. And that stone is about 6 tons. 6 tons, 6,000 kilograms. It shows that they had some sort of massive organization. It was a joint effort. There's also been feasting pits and stuff found. They've found remnants of animals that have been brought down from Scotland as well. For how simple these tribes were supposed to be, they seem to have pretty damn good organization. It's hard to see the altar stone. The altar stone is in the very middle and there's 2 big stones, sarsen stones, on top of it. So it is covered, but it's in the middle, so it's sort of said to be the most significant. There's heaps of stuff around here too. There's another 4 that are on the outside of the Stonehenge that sort of create a really nice square around this structure. Now we have to talk about the geometry. The geometry here is mind-blowing. So the main axis of this monument is set up to frame the sunrise on the longest day of the year. It's called the solstice alignment. And the 4 key stones outside of the monument help align Stonehenge with the movements of the moon, which is insane, bruv. A few measurements for you to understand how well they have made this monument. The average length of the sarsen lintels, 10.56 feet. The outer diameter of the main sarsen circle is 105.6 feet. Perfect multiples of 10. This monument's also like a great representation of squaring the circle. And golden rectangle, builder's pie. All of this stuff can be applied to this structure. Coincidence or proficient?